Well, good morning, folks. It's a frigid day here. I'm just I got all fired up last night because I saw an article where in Hamilton they decided to move forward with a shelter community to safely put roofs and heated spaces together for the homeless population there, and the company that made all that happen, a little bit late on their timeline, by the way, but they're starting to deliver them now, ordered Chinese flat packed buildings and had them shipped over here to Canada. It was a no bid contract, so that means it was a single source. They didn't go out for a request for proposal. I was actually chatting with another small building builder this morning, and he said he had actually had conversations with the city of Hamilton. He's in Hamilton, builds tiny homes, told them that he could do it for less money than they paid, and they never engaged with him after that. And it's just crazy to me, and like my Facebook page is blowing up with people weighing in on this morning. And what I have a hard time understanding is how an Ontario-based company didn't get a contract for this, right? Like, didn't even get notified that there was a potential contract for this. We could have easily built these shelters for less than half of what they paid for them, including insulation, like the building we're in right now, including electrical pre-inspected by eSafe, with like robust little heated shelters, which is all they required in this circumstance, because they had standalone buildings for washrooms and showers. There's no plumbing required. Like, pretty simple little structures could have been put together, and they spent $35,000 per unit plus shipping, and I think the electrical and everything on top of that too, for Chinese made flat pack stuff that came over here on shipping containers. And to me, that is crazy talk. You know, our factory is less than 2 hours away from Hamilton, but if you live in London or Windsor or St. Catharines or Toronto or Ottawa or Sudbury or wherever, like, hi, we can solve this problem for your community. We can literally solve this portion of the homeless crisis here in Ontario. I was looking at an article last night, and in 2024 they're estimating approximately 80,000 people living in tents in the province of Ontario right now, which is appalling. It's awful. And if there are local service groups like in Hamilton, I think it's Good Shepherd that's going to facilitate the program to help care for these folks. You know, they have the right idea in mind. You know, there's a social program alongside these shelters. Like, it's a complicated thing. We know that for sure. But what I can say is that a Chinese factory building these things, when we could have done it, we could have done it easily, hit the timeline, and came in at way less than they spent to get something like this done, makes absolutely no sense to us. You know, to me, it's like, I just shake my head at the incompetence, and the fact that it was a no bid contract. Like, that's crazy to me. You know, we want to be part of these bids. We want to have a fair shake at it because we operate a business here, and we would actually take a margin shave on buildings for the purpose of homeless shelters in order to get these things done at a reasonable and fair value for these communities. And there's folks in Kitchener and folks in Kingston that have done a good job of projects like this. We would say for sure that there's probably more communities looking into small heated shelters that have power in them, where people can feel safe, as a bridge towards getting reintegrated into society. You guys have all seen it. There are encampments all over the province, all over the country, and it's a problem that keeps getting worse. So, you know, today it's -12. I can't imagine what it would be like waking up in a tent this morning. That would be a difficult thing to fathom, and unless I was doing it on purpose and camping with a really good, you know, sleeping bag. It's not like it's freezing it, right? There's significant issues with the encampments that are out there. So I was certainly taken aback when I read the article. I'm like a week behind on this thing. I don't follow the news very closely, but you know, for a Chinese product to hit the ground for an Ontario municipality to solve this problem for them is really upsetting to us. Like, we can do stuff like this, and we can do it cheaper than almost anybody else can. So if you in your municipality, you know, I'm reaching out because thank you so much to those of you that engage with us here at Highland Outbuildings. We need you to call your councillor. There are local companies that can do this stuff. We are just one of dozens of businesses here in Ontario that use Ontario labor, Ontario materials, and you know, who's gonna follow through on this thing from a Chinese made product that's been, you know, they're not gonna care. They got their money now, right? So there's other like things behind this story that are complicated, and the reporting on it is somewhat vague, but I just like to say out loud, like, hey, we're willing to do projects like this happily in any municipality, and we will even work with other manufacturers to get the scale that you need and hit the timelines that you want and do it for so much less money, right? So like, it's maddening to me. I was like, I couldn't even sleep last night because the lack of transparency and the incompetence at the city level for them to have done this thing without oversight is just crazy. And you know, we want to be at the table for stuff like this because we think we can do a great job to help solve this problem. So that's my little talk for today. It's freezing out, but just staying in one of the model buildings this morning to have a chat with y'all. And thank you, all of you who watch our videos and check us out. We'd love to chat with you at Highland Outbuildings. I'm Christian. See you later.